Mr. Verhofstadt, Anna Vandensky from the Reporter. How are you going to convince Greece government, that the European Union should take over this function of guarding their national borders?
Well, the proposal is not to do it separately from the Greek authorities. The proposal is that this new rapid reaction force is doing that in accordance and in cooperation with the Greek authorities. But it's absolutely necessary because the latest analysis made by the Commission, who was published last week, who analyzed examined the border between Greece and Turkey, was dramatic. There is no change. No registration, mostly, of the refugees at all. So what is, it's clear that we have to change it, and I think the Greek authorities have to accept it. If they don't accept it, they put themselves outside Schengen. It's clear. We have to accept one thing. The outside border of the Union is a common border, is a common responsibility. And member states have to stop to think, oh, that's sovereignty, that's my problem. No, it's not. It's also the sovereignty of the European Union. It's the competence of the European Union, the outside border. That's, and we can decide it. As I said, Article 78, paragraph 3 makes it possible by qualified majority to take that measure. And in fact, what you do is you don't wait until the legislative process has adopted European Border and Coast Guard. You do it immediately based on that article, and then we go further in the legislative process. It's to bridge the period that we have for the moment. So that proposal has been put on the table by the Commission already, I think, November, more or less, I think, yeah. The European Border and Coast Guard. We are now, beginning February, and there is still no decision by the Council on this. Neither we start, and we're proposing a fast-track procedure, but the fast-track procedure on this, that means, yeah, maybe by the end of the year. A fast-track procedure in both in Council and in Parliament. Yeah, that's going to take so long. So my proposal is not to wait for that. And to use the proposal of the Commission already to establish this rapid reaction force with 2,000 civil servants and agents, more or less also what the figures are in the proposal of the Commission, but to start immediately as an emergency measure based on 78 of the treaty, and not on a legislative file that's going to take still months and months and months before it will be adopted by Council and by Parliament. Because Council is going to take at least until June to discuss it. And then we have to discuss it and to have in Parliament. And then you have the negotiation between Parliament and Council. So that's a non-starter to solve this problem. So that are the two dramatic shifts we desperately need, and we're going to have a discussion this afternoon in plenary about it, hopefully. That's all in any way my intention. And then tomorrow I have a bilateral with Avramopoulos about this, and we try to push it forward so that it is on the table and on the agenda on the 18th of February.